thank you. All right, next we have let's see, who's next on the Democrat side? Ms. Dingell, there she is. Okay, Ms. Dingell, you're recognized for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start by saying thank you to all of the witnesses who I have worked with for a long time before I ever got to Congress. And like all of my colleagues, both sides of the aisle, we are horrified by the fact that there were death threats. I do not like the normalizing of violence or bullying or anything we're seeing, and we're here today because we are fighting that. And when I look at the parents, you need to know people on both sides care deeply. That's why we've been trying for years to get legislation through. I have sat with parents. My own sister died of suicide. I understand that pain. And there isn't a member in this room that doesn't care about you. And I want to make that really clear. And what we really want to do is actually get something done. And I need to say that. I'm proud to co-lead the bipartisan bicameral Take It Down Act, which recently passed the Senate unanimously and, for the record, was included in the end of the year budget bill before it got killed. I won't say who it was because I won't make it partisan, but we got to work together because we know this has to get done. And my colleagues here have brought up the firing of these two commissioners because it happened because he didn't like them, and we got to be clear here. The FTC is an independent agency, and what happened is blatantly unconstitutional, and independent agencies are intended to be insulated from political motivations, and this is the organization that's supposed to be keeping us safe. Without a functioning FTC, how can we expect to enforce the Take It Down Act if it becomes law? And I'm asking every colleague on the other side of the aisle to pledge to work to get this done. Please, we got to stop the politics. We got to get it done. How do we go after bad actors, protect consumers, and hold platforms accountable? The simple answer is we cannot. Gutting the FTC means gutting our ability to protect kids and women online. And as artificial technology advances, so do new forms of abuse. Primarily, who do they target? Women and children. Deepfake pornography is being used as a tool for harassment, humiliation, and intimidation, particularly against women who speak out and advocate for themselves or for children. That's what happened to you all today, and not a member at this dais thinks that that is okay. I want to make that really, really clear. The Take It Down Act provides victims with a path to justice, ensures these images are removed, and holds perpetrators accountable. I want to work with all stakeholders to pass the strongest bill possible and get this bill across the finish line. And I'm begging my colleagues to help me do this. If we succeed in passing this important legislation, we got to make sure that we've got a body that's going to enforce it so that we don't have women unprotected against this growing threat. One of our most important jobs in Congress is to protect people, including from the growing harms online. And I'll tell you, it's only getting worse. It's just getting worse by the day. So, Commissioner Slaughter, let me ask you this question. Without a fully independent, functional FTC, do you believe the agency's current authority is sufficient to effectively enforce the Takedown Act and hold platforms accountable, or do we need to take additional action to strengthen potential enforcement capabilities?
Thank you. Look, I would also like to not be here talking about my employment status. I would like to be here talking about this important work that the FTC has been doing and will be doing in the future to address these critically important issues for American families, for parents across the country. Cyberbullying doesn't distinguish between Republicans and Democrats, blue states and red states. This is something that affects all of us, and that I agree we all need to be working together on. With respect to specific legislation, I think an important role at the FTC has been to take the laws that Congress has passed, to faithfully administer them, and then to go back to Congress if we think something needs to be improved or needs or leaves gaps. And I think we've had some of those conversations around privacy generally. We've had those conversations around COPPA. If Congress passes COSA, if Congress passes, take it down. You certainly have my commitment to faithfully administer those laws and let you know if there is more that the FTC needs.
Mr. Chairman, I'm out of time. Let's just pledge to work with each other and get these bills done.
And these children's memories, these beautiful children here, the pictures of these beautiful children. Thank you very much for coming, and you are going to make a difference, and we are going to work together to get this done.